guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and I am back with another Flash reaction. We are on season 4, episode 5, which is called Girls Night Out. It's ladies' night, and I feel alright. I have been looking forward to this episode ever since Candace Patton started talking about it. I believe it was in one of the interviews, either at Comic-Con or shortly after San Diego Comic-Con, where she talked about this episode and how much fun she had shooting it. And of course, the biggest thing about it being that it's one of the episodes where apparently the guys are very minimally in it, and when they are in it, they're not there to rescue the girls. They actually have a chance to kind of go out there and be badass by themselves. And I love this idea because obviously the Flash is about the Flash, and most of the heroing has definitely been done by the male counterparts of the show, you know, being Barry and Cisco, and then Wally before he left. And even our new team member is another guy. So it's kind of nice to have the ladies focused on a little bit more in the show, and just to show off the skills that they have again, and just give them a little bit more depth and layers. Because I feel like even though Iris has been given a lot of development over the last season in particular, it's almost always in direct relation to Barry. And again, understandable because this is Barry's show, but she's still her own character, and I kind of want her to have her own thing. And especially since CCPN apparently is just gone or whatever, I really want Iris to have something of her own and have a little bit more richness and layers to her character. So I'm hoping we get to have a little fun with this tonight. I mean, how can it not be fun when you've got Iris and Caitlin, and I believe that Felicity's in this episode as well. So I just know this is gonna be a lot of fun. And so far this whole season, the theme has been fun with a capital F. So I am prepared to enjoy this. So why don't we hurry up and get into it so we can talk about it after. Okay, let go.
Unless one of your greatest foes is the 3-month-old William DeVoe who lives 4 blocks from here.
I don't think one of my greatest enemies is a baby.
You don't know.
Could happen. You're right.
Yeah.
I literally walked in here. You have no security.
No.
You have no alarms.
None.
You have nothing on your door.
Ever.
You guys might want to consider something, anything at all. I mean, you only get married once, so. Well, actually, pretty much everyone gets divorced these days. 55% to be exact. I mean, that's just statistic.
It's true.
But not you and Iris. That would never happen to
No.
you guys. For the ladies' nights to end all ladies' nights.
And by that, she means a quiet, low-key dinner at a very classy restaurant.
Come on now, Iris.
That's exactly what I mean. Super low key.
That's how you
Super
start.
quiet. Do you want a pink? Just because you're not wearing the tiara, put on the tiara.
Wearing the tiara.
You are a
Thank you.
queen, girl. Yeah.
Please, come on.
You a Doctor Who fan, Joni?
Well, ever since he became a lady, I am. Hashtag feminism.
Definitely a theme in this episode. Have you caught it yet?
Harry, before you pour the brandy, make sure you warm the glasses.
What?
For real?
Let's go.
Wow. Like, I know Cisco, no respect for the drink.
Before he met Iris West, before he became an interdimensional time-traveling speedster, he was
that
an
Grant?
adorable baby.
Damn, I was so young.
That was literally filmed a month ago. It's okay, Joe. You're not that old.
Gentlemen? Oh dear God, you're serious. This Wiener Fest is your bachelor.
This Wiener Fest is about to indulge.
I know a place where you can get all-you-can-eat steak
Nope.
and chicken.
Don't do it.
for $4.99, and
Nope.
they even throw in napkins.
Nope.
Come on, ladies.
The only place that does that is strip clubs.
Really, Ralph, we're
I've
gonna stay here.
heard.
Go ahead.
No, Slim Jim. Well, don't worry. Where we're going, the drinks flow freely and the views.
Ah, spectacular.
Totally a strip club. Is she hallucinating?
Your wedding. Please tell me that this is just part of his act. If it is, it's taking too long. Take it off.
Ugh!
I meant take off your pants, not your eyes.
Why? That's disgusting. Ew. That's right. That's right. You nasty eye out of here. So who's gonna pay for that?
Take your breath away.
I knew it! I called it! This is racy for the Flash.
There ain't nothing golden about any of this.
Nope. Came through for you, right, man? What do you think? I think I should have brought some hand sanitizer.
Prepared.
Hey, Ralphie.
Of course he's a regular.
You're a regular in this joint?
Oh,
The girls may not be bottomless, but for yours truly, the French fries always are.
Is that?
Golden booty policy. Now, out of respect for the ladies,
I'm coming with you.
No.
No.
Cecile, you're pregnant. And your father will kill me if you get killed at your own bachelorette party. That is some crazy logic, and that means I'm in too. Oh, great. Bachelorette.
What did you just do?
I swing got peanuts from bar.
You didn't even move. Or did I?
Drink up. So I'm good. That's cranberry juice, but
Oh no! No, it's not! Oh my god!
hell no.
Hey, she looks like Cecile's daughter.
This is awesome! Oh, this is so awkward. I did not see that coming.
All right, do you think they're gonna be able to tell that we don't exactly fit in here? Well, it's
Actually,
a good idea to wear boas.
this does work for a
Have we heard from the guys?
bachelorette.
No.
It's kind of gross. Quite literally orphan tears.
Tears are...
Iris, that's probably not a safe spot.
Whoa. Hey.
What?
Hey. Ladies.
Iris, no.
Ladies, let's put Frost. Let's go.
You heard. Iris told you it's time to get in the car. Okay, but I really want to see what Amunet does, though.
Oh, I'm guessing this chick has a criminal record.
Yeah, she's been linked to the metahuman black market selling stolen technology, but we've never been able to nail her down. And
Stolen
you know,
tech?
Through Caitlin. Cecile, you need to gather information on Amunet and Felicity. You need to pull up the blueprint to the club. We got this.
That's right, girl.
Strong women.
Yes.
Hashtag feminism. Hashtag feminism. Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag she's a meta, though.
That we both love and fear.
She's gonna beat your behind.
Was your mother.
Why didn't Rose make room for Jack on the door?
Right?
There was plenty of room.
The eternal question. Yes, Barry.
When
Yes.
is this gift of
Everybody stop! I'm a cop!
Oh. Damn. Damn.
Is there any part of the way that I'm dressed that leads you to believe I want to be called man?
Right? Insolent kids these days.
I'm your friend, Caitlin. Work friend. I mean, it's not like you and I have become besties over the last few years.
And whose fault is that, show?
We haven't.
words uttered by everybody who's ever had too many. Here.
In a prison toilet? Barry. Oh.
Boss, you know, when Wally showed up, you were alone. You did all that by yourself, single parent. No one could have done a better job. No one.
Right. Single parent power, man.
You've got a part.
We got this.
I mean, I have faith in you, Iris girl. I do, baby girl. It's just this girl like punches with a metal fist and all.
You are the chick from the bar,
Iris is never the chick from the bar, okay?
Take care then.
Woo! That's new.
I thought I wasn't going to be able to kill anyone today.
Wall! Wall! Finally! Oh, sphere? That's cool.
We did it, guys. We really did it.
Actually, it's girls.
Girls who run the world, girls, girls!
Yeah, not much happened.
You know what? We actually had a few scrapes.
Honestly, so did we.
Some tears were involved.
Aw, they can't lie to each other.
Nothing could have made tonight any worse. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Can we just do this tomorrow, please?
Amen!
Joe, I'm gonna do what I want.
I know. You're an adult.
Girl, don't tell me, tell your mama.
All we gotta do is love this baby as much as we love each other.
That's a lot of love.
Oh, man.
You wanna stand up for me? I do. I guess
Oh,
that's your line, though, right?
finally! Only took 4 seasons. Okay, that was episode 5 of season 4 called Ladies Night. No, it's called Girls Night Out, but I I think Ladies Night would have been a lot more fun, just in the spirit of some old school rhymes. But yeah, this was a fun episode. I liked it. I think it was just really nice, like I said, to just have the ladies of Team Flash, as Iris put it, you know, to actually get together and do things. And while I'm almost positive we're gonna hear a lot of things on the internet, you know, about how this was very femme heavy and there's a lot of feminist, you know, they were, I'll admit it, they were quite forward and a little bit preachy with the whole feminism message, but this is something that I feel like has been a long time coming, not just in The Flash, but in all of these types of shows in general. And whoever wrote this episode is probably like, we don't know the next time we're gonna get a chance to get all the girls together and do something like this, so we're gonna milk it for all it's worth. And I'm okay with that. I'm personally okay with that because, you know, when you think about it, the deeper issue in all comics, not just The Flash, not just DC, just across the comic book genre in general, there is a startling lack of female leads and female development and females that really just have their own story that isn't directly attached to some guy, particularly in this universe. So I love the idea that these girls are out. I mean, and yes, the first thing they did when they got in trouble was try to call Barry and the team, but that only made sense because they were dealing with a meta. But overall, I love the fact that Iris wasn't like, well, there's nothing we can do because, you know, can't get a hold of Barry, so let's just sit here and twiddle our thumbs until they come back, which in this case wouldn't have been until almost the next day. But she just took charge and said, come on, we're all smart, we all have things that we can do, and maybe we're not super powered, but we're strong, we're smart, and we can do stuff. So now, of course, looking at the overall plan, of course, it wasn't perfect. There definitely could have used the help of some metas because they were dealing with, well, 3 metas if you count the poor kid that was chained up in the van. But overall, it wasn't a terrible plan to find them at the warehouse. They have the weapons that Cisco has created specifically for catching metas. And honestly, it probably would have all worked out if they had, you know, done something like swept the area first to make sure that they were indeed in a good place to do the whole, what do you call it? The whole capture. Unfortunately, that's, you know, as Oliver Queen would have said, first thing you do is case the joint and make sure that you actually have a good place. And clearly the ladies have never been out in the field before, so we can give them a pass for not having a perfect plan. They're usually the people in the background, you know, giving all the information, getting the data. They're usually not out there actually getting their hands dirty. So I'm okay with the fact that it was a little bit shaky, but overall still pretty good considering. And in the end, they did stop, for now, this man's tears of joy, I don't even know what you call them. They kept them from being mass distributed for now. But obviously, as we saw at the end, we don't know what DeVoe's plan is for this guy. And I have a feeling somehow they wouldn't have spent so much time on this drug, I don't think, unless we plan on revisiting it somehow. I think that the femme power was good to see. And just kind of segueing also into the conversation between Iris and Caitlin. Listen, I'm not a huge Caitlin fan. I've never been a big fan of her character, but not because of, you know, the Killer Frost thing or whatever. I've just never been a big fan. Like, I just haven't been. But what I really like that the show addressed here, which has been a long-standing concern and problem for fans of the show since day one, is the fact that Caitlin never really had any female friends, and Iris never really had any female friends, yet they were the 2 women who were on the show as regular recurring characters. Well, not even, because Iris is she's actually the secondary lead, yet they were not interacting on a regular basis. And I'm glad that the show just decided to finally just talk about the elephant in the room, which is like, we've known each other for like 4 years now, and yet we're still not really friends. We never hang out, we never do anything. Why is everything we ever do just in the context of Barry? There's no reason for that. So I'm glad that it's addressed, and they have such similar paths in the sense of both, you know, having lost loves and both having, you know, been in relationships with superpowered people and the whole thing. Like, there's no reason these 2 should not be bonding on the regular based on just the similar situations they've been in, and also just the fact that they're in the same working environment day in and day out. So I'm glad that the show finally addressed that, and we're like, okay, people, we see it. That was a big gap, and we're gonna fill it going forward. I mean, I don't expect to see tons and tons of Caitlin and Iris scenes in the future per se, but I would expect now to see both of them have each other, at least as an outlet to talk to about their character development outside of having to use Barry or Cisco to do that. Because let's face it, as ladies, we know that there's things we just want to talk about with our girlfriends that we just ain't gonna talk about with our other friends, right? So glad that they dealt with that. 4 seasons coming, about time, so I'm happy about that. The whole situation with Cecile's daughter. Like, how much do you love how Joe just becomes the instant father to like everybody who ever comes on this show? He just automatically just starts dadding people. And it's adorable. It's one of the things I actually really love about Joe. And with Cecile's daughter, we only met her one other time, which was last season. And that was when she was gushing over Kid Flash. But it still is cool to see that, you know, Joe kind of felt cool with talking to her about this whole stripper thing. And oh my God, I did not see that coming. I did not at all. I never, when they said they were going to the strip club, it never dawned on me that Cecile's daughter would end up there. But I think that's because we don't know anything about this girl. The last time we saw her, she was fangirling over Kid Flash. That's all we basically knew, and then that she was in university. So, wow, left fielder, very funny, totally in theme with the whole hangover kind of theme night we had going on tonight. Just having something out of left field like that show up. But I love that Joe just kind of stepped in, and he didn't get preachy. He just, you know, you could tell he was an old hand with dealing with a headstrong daughter, and was just kind of like, so why is this happening exactly? Can you explain to me why you're up there? Because it looked like you were about to strip. So you maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna let you explain that to me. And then just kind of calmly and gently kind of, you know, nudging her to the conclusion on her own that maybe this wasn't the best way for her to express her feminine ideals. Thank God for Joe. But that was just a cute moment, and I just loved how that family dynamic already, I'm loving it. Still love Joe Steele, and I love that their families seem to be meshing. About the stolen tech, how she said she's been trafficking stolen tech. This is new information because I'm wondering what this tech is. Like, where did they get it from? And I'm wondering if this has anything to do with DeVoe. And maybe I'm missing something from a previous season, but if you guys know where this stolen tech is coming from or what it's referring to, please let me know in the comments, because I'm very interested and I like these little details because that's the kind of girl I is. The other thing I kind of noticed was, even though we had Ralph from what's his name? Ralph, is it Ralph? The stretchy guy, Ralph from last week. Even though we had him in this episode and, you know, with the team, and, you know, he was obviously the catalyst for them to go someplace like a strip club because no one else in Team Flash was gonna make that suggestion. I still really felt weird without Wally. You know, I just feel like, especially since this is all tied to Barry's wedding and with all the things going on in Joe's life, like I really kind of felt like, wow, like this doesn't feel right without having Wally here. So outside of that, just wondering what the Thinker's actually up to with this guy and his orphan tears. If you get that reference, let me know in the chat. It's a song. It's a long story. This was a good episode. This is really, really good. It was still fun. You know, still at that vein of kind of hijinks and interesting moments, and yeah, and some moments that made you go, wait, what? Definitely it was a little more mature of an episode for the Flash, you know, between actually going to a strip club and having Barry being drunk and throwing up. Like, that's probably more the more adult type of things we've seen on this show in a long time, but it all kind of worked together. And again, it still kept with that lighter theme, but it still dealt with some of the darker issues, like, again, Caitlin hopefully putting to bed this whole identity crisis she's been going through with her Killer Frost versus Caitlin Snow, and she can actually start helping Team Flash. Great episode, guys. What did you guys think? Did you like seeing this whole bachelor party, bachelorette party thing? How did you think the whole feminine agenda, girl power, all that stuff went down? Did you feel like they nailed it, or maybe went a little too much over the top? And how do you feel about those? Are you like me? Like, I'm still so nervous about the Joe and Cecile thing. They seem to be really harping on how happy and how great and how wonderful everything is for Joe. Do you think they're priming us for a fall? I'm really hoping not, but what do you guys think? Am I the only one with this weird kind of feeling in my stomach right now? Please let me know in the comments below. You know I like to read them. And if you like this video, I'd really love it if you clicked like. And if you want to see more from this geeky face, go ahead and click subscribe. Until next time, guys. See ya.